Oh, good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very, very special place. We are hanging out in Warrior, Alabama, the birthplace of that little yellow house that you guys have been watching tumble down some of the prettiest roads in America for almost 5 years now. Last night we got in a little bit late, so we just parked in Shane's Meemaw's driveway. But this week we have a whole lot planned for this little house of ours. We're gonna be doing some major renovations on the inside and adding some really cool features. I hope that you guys enjoy this week. Stay tuned, it's gonna be a fun one. Also, go ahead and hit those thumbs up buttons and comment below so that we know that you're watching so that we can be grateful for you. Oh yeah, that's better. We've got a little space to move around now, and Shane is already hard at work. Let's go see if we can find him. Hey, you're in a hole.
Yeah, we got a whole situation here. Kelsey, it's time to cope with my bullshit. I bullshitted this wiring together many times. Mm-hmm. And there's wood chips in here, there's dirt. This is a nightmare.
So guys, they make all of these jokes about electrician's wife, plumber's wife, carpenter's wife. Well, I'm all three. And you'll see all of the beautiful work that he does for everyone else. This is our electrical system, y'all.
It's gonna be better.
It's a hot mess. But I think we're gonna fix that this week.
I would note this place has not burned down yet, so you could screw up pretty bad without screwing up too bad. You know what I'm saying, Kelsey?
Let's get this thing ripped out and see what improvements we can make.
Hello.
Hello. Whoa. Our shoebox is gone.
That's all gone.
And our steps. First comes destruction, then comes progress. And this, guys, is why we are tearing everything apart. Oh, we're so excited right now.
Kelsey, look at this thing. Redodo has sent us a 300 amp hour lithium battery with a temperature sensor on it. So if it gets too cold, it won't run current through this thing and, make it go boom. And I'm really excited to bolt it in and see just how it works in the Love Hut. We're gonna be installing it independently from the battery we already have in there because we can still count on that one and I don't want to discount it yet. So I've got a little work to do because we're gonna have 2 individual circuits inside the Love Hut to try this thing out.
Oh, this is gonna be so awesome. Thanks, Redodo. We'll let y'all know how it works. Oh, guys, that's a whole lot of battery.
You can't even see but half of it. The rest of them's under here, Kelsey. But unfortunately, this is really rigged up for the evening because we gotta have power soon because the sun's setting. There's a lot that's going to be happening down here, and there's a lot I got to fix. I've made a lot of mistakes over the years, and I've been band-aiding this thing together just to keep us having power to something or another, and it's time to fix it all. And you guys are going to enjoy it with me, but I'm not explaining it tonight. I'm tired.
Tomorrow it is.
Tomorrow it is.
What are we going to do now, though?
I don't know. Measure things. Draw on them with pencils.
Let's find out.
I got everything all picked up outside because in this area, when the sun sets, the dew falls really fast and a lot of it. So everything gets really wet if you leave it laying out. It's a bit inconvenient when you make stuff out of wood. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really get much more done in here either other than sitting and staring and measuring with my tape. We're gonna put all that thought to use tomorrow. But until then, Miss Kelsey's cooking some dinner and I'm gonna go find it out there somewhere. Good morning, Alabama. It is a beautiful day, and I'm going to do my best to spend as much time outside as possible because I ripped a hole inside the Love Hut yesterday, which means I need to ignore that and come on out here and see what we can get done. I need to work on the lights around the top of the Love Hut as well as wiring in some solar panels we've had up there for a while, but we just haven't got around to doing it. Let's finish some projects. One of my first projects was cutting this off of the strips that run along the solar panels up top. It was just too long, and I was hanging it on tree branches, and it was getting bent out over the love hut. So I've got that wired up, and Kelsey's gonna have to help me get on the roof. So I've moved on to other little projects. Something I've really been needing is a power pack so that I can power a lot of different things that we're gonna have around camp, like an outdoor shower and lights, and I use it. All right, I want to explain to you guys what I built, because quite honestly, this thing's gonna come in very handy, and I didn't spend a whole lot on it. So I ordered this component, and it comes with this little inverter pack and this, and you can order it specific to whatever color you use. So if you have red tools, you get the red one, because I have a feeling it's gonna be slightly different than this yellow one. So once you plug in your battery, it's going to route through this and step it down to 12 volts, because what's coming out of these things is not 12 volts, it's higher than that. And you can fry these sensitive little pieces of equipment that requires 12 volts. So it comes out of this, and then I've split the power off, and I've run some of it through a USB port, and I have this open hole here, and I'm going to be able to run just plain female connectors outside, and I'm going to have a couple sets of different alligator clamps, as well as these smaller ones that I use when I'm testing electrical components. And I'll just be able to keep it all in this box. Be much more organized. Handy dandy. Now that's gonna work. I'm gonna keep updating it as I go. I'm not quite done with it, but I'm done with it for today. Eventually I'm gonna add a switch onto it as well, because I already see a weakness. Because right now I'm using it to power, I have 2 female spade connectors there, and I've made this jump wire, and I've wired in 2 spades there, and it's going to allow me to power our patio light, if you will. Our awning attaches to these clips here, so we'll have lighting underneath it, and that will be done by just sitting this outside. And we'll also be able to power things like our electronic devices. Y'all stay tuned. I bet this thing keeps growing. All right, next project is adding these. If any of y'all were with us when we were doing the repairs in the junkyard, you know we have tail lights on the underside of our yard here from a fire truck. These are the step-ups from that fire truck. And we need to get Kelsey on the roof more easily, mostly because we broke our ladder and we don't really want to go buy another ladder. So we're adding these so she can easily climb up. And they look awesome. Good job, Kelsey.
That works perfectly.
Now come back down.
Today is a lot of really fun improvements to the house.
Do you need one more?
I don't think so. Let's see how all going down works. Let's see. A better handhold in case you ever needed me to do this in inclement weather would be nice. I'll get better at this, y'all.
Let's hope so.
There we go. My hair's stuck. There we go. All is well.
I clearly have a ladder here, thanks to the neighbor. But I need Kelsey to be able to work on this stuff without me getting up here, because it's really not good for the love hut for 230 pounds of wildebeest to be stomping around up here. What we're doing today is we finally ordered these Y splitters. We installed these this winter, and they have not been connected. We have 2 solar arrays, so this is on one array, and these 4 will be on another array. So let's get this hooked up. It looks like a nightmare up here. Good Lord.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, means Shane's done for the day. We didn't get quite as much accomplished as we hoped, but we definitely made some progress, and we'll make more tomorrow. For now, is playing banjo on his mama's porch before we go cook some dinner with me, Mom. Good morning, everyone. It's time for us to get back to work. We have a whole lot to do on this little yellow house, and this morning it was confirmed that we have even more than we thought because we have a really cool update coming your way, but I'm gonna wait to tell you what it is. We're still working on this battery situation. We've got the final fuses coming in today so that we can finish that project and have moved outside to some other projects.
It's time for you to go back on the roof, Kelsey. We have to finish all these running lights. People need to see us in the dark, you know.
That's okay. We installed a brand new jungle gym for me yesterday.
Let's use it. In an effort to keep cleaning out the truck, we're going to be installing this CB radio we've been hanging on to for a couple of years now. And I have antennas for it. I don't have the cable to go from the antennas to the radio, but my goal is to get it connected so that we can use this PA speaker that I took off of a fire truck in Arizona, mostly so Kelsey can yell at people.
I'm so excited about this, y'all.
I hope this works.
It's gonna work, Shane.
I'm sure. Let's find out. Boy, it looks like a bomb went off around here, but that thing's full of garbage. That's full of garbage. We're cleaning this thing out. Also, what I'm doing is working on this electrical. So when we added all these lights and things in the junkyard several months ago, I ran out of wire loom and electrical tape and I ordered a bunch of it, but I haven't gotten around to tidying everything up because really, it's a pain in the butt. So this side is unfinished. And this side is what I'm going for, so it just protects it because, quite frankly, I have no shame in slamming this thing into a tree, and it helps to have everything all bundled together. While I've been doing that, Kelsey here has been cleaning out what I call Narnia, which is the back seat of the Love Hut. And
Mostly I'm just playing with rocks.
You're mostly playing with rocks.
Look, selenite crystals from Oklahoma. It's been a bit since we've seen these.
Oh.
I've also got a couple of buckets of agates over there. Quite a few Pecos diamonds from New Mexico.
There's
all
rocks.
over Michigan and Minnesota rocks too.
There's rocks from all over the country.
Totally, and I think we're gonna get several hundred pounds out of the truck this trip.
You're welcome, biggin. Let's keep doing more. No, I won't lie. Today hasn't necessarily been the most entertaining day, but I am satisfied with what we did accomplish today. One last thing before the sun goes down. I did go ahead and mount the jack that I used to pick up the Love Hut outside. In the past, it's been down inside of a hole, and it was 10 minutes to get to it. And I want to be able to rescue myself a lot easier than I've been able to do in the past. We also have rescue gear like ropes and come-alongs and things that are stored in here that I want to change as well. The CB radio is definitely a classy upgrade as well. We'll get some more done tomorrow. But Kelsey's cooking dinner, and I'm hungry. Let's see if I can get this place picked up. Well, good morning, y'all. I'm starting our day out by working on the headlights for the truck. We currently have halogen bulbs, and I just can't see far enough at night, especially when we're in really remote places, and I experienced that when we were up in Wisconsin. I had to replace one of the bulbs on the road, so it's just all I could get at the auto parts store. But now I've ordered these LEDs, and I'm going to be putting them in. They're just a direct replacement, and we'll be able to see to the next state. And just like that, bright and shiny. I clearly still need to really clean these lenses as well, but I don't have a lens cleaner. This is the bulbs that came out of it though, so these are the old school halogen style, and this is about as bright as you can buy. Garbage.
Meanwhile, it's time for me to get some rock processing done. So, guys, this is some of what we picked up in South Dakota. Now, most of it is just being put into buckets. for us to discover again at a later date. And the best of the best is on our rock shelf. But there are some really beautiful jewelry pieces in here that I cannot wait to see all polished up. And I wanted you guys to get a chance to see all of these raw before the pummeling process, because you're gonna get to see each stage all the way until I make some beautiful jewelry out of these. What exactly is it that you're doing over here, babe?
Killing time, baby. Woo! No, I'm trying to use up some of these parts that I have, making ideas that I've been, thinking about for a while. And one of them is I had this extra water pump and accumulator our friend Kirk gave us because I wanted to make a standalone pump pack. So this will allow us to, as long as we have a water source, whether it be a jug or a pond or whatever, we can pump water from that and spray it. And the water will come in from one side through the pump and then through the accumulator and then out this handy dandy hose, which we can hook several of our handy dandy attachments to. And it'll run off DeWalt batteries as well.
Awesome. Good job, babe. So guys, I know that it looks like we're not making a whole lot of progress and are just making a huge mess in this yard.
This is garbage though.
But a lot of it's garbage and is actually being thrown away. We have managed to take out a ton of weight between the rocks that we told you about yesterday, this drawer slide, and all of this metal that we've been carrying around. It's hundreds and hundreds of pounds that we're taking out of this truck. I think Biggin's gonna thank us for this one.
Well, there goes the sun on another beautiful day in Alabama. My pile of garbage is progressively getting larger and I'm satisfied with that. I'm waiting on the sun to go down so I can try out all the new lights. We'll get some more done tomorrow. But until then, I'm done. So if you guys have been rolling with us for a while, then you remember we spent some time in a junkyard in southern Arizona this past winter. And I had access to a lot of old RVs and I salvaged a bunch of parts. In retrospect, I may have wasted a little bit of time pulling junk out of a junkyard and it's not really benefited me very much. One of the things I thought was very beneficial were these old school hydraulic jacks that were on a truck camper. Now, they are from a good manufacturer and they worked fantastic when we put them on the Love Hut. And they did so for about a week. And within that week, all the rubber gaskets inside of these things were dry rotted and they blew out because it was the first time they had been used in who knows how long. And they've been unfunctioning since then. This is a messy job because you have to disassemble them to replace all the fluid and the gaskets. So I'm doing it here, but now that I'm trying to disassemble them, they are seized together with rust on all of these components right here and this right here. And there's O-rings everywhere. So I'm gonna soak them in PB Blaster over there overnight and hope that it works. We'll see you tomorrow.
Whoa. Where is all this wood coming from?
Dude. Things had really gotten out of control, Kelsey. I think we had too much shit shoved into this boat. All this can't go back.
I'm happy that you're realizing that.
I think we could call it a hoarding situation. I was hobo hoarding, and this is a problem. You know, the reason was I kept convincing myself every little thing could have been used to save somebody from a situation. Like someone might would have needed this stick so I could build something inside of their van. But I'm tired of this. It's a new life, Kelsey, a new beginning. We will be woodless travelers.
Well, hopefully you're just about to use all of this wood to build us some really cool stuff.
It'd be easier to just set it on fire.
We'll set what we don't use on fire. How about that?
Okay.
Look at this, though.
Stink bugs. Ugh.
Wild. All right, right, y'all. It's finally happening. This morning, Shane is about to finish this battery install, but also
remove all this.
The love hut completely apart. Guys, this remodel is going to be a lot bigger than we intended, which always seems to happen when we say that we're going to stop and do a little bit of repairs and remodel.
There's never just a little bit of repairs to do, Kelsey. And most of these aren't even repairs. We're repairing the drawer by completely rebuilding the entire side of the living space. It doesn't equate.
It's going to be awesome, guys.
We just like building pretty things.
It's going to be so pretty. All right, guys, before we get too far into tearing everything out, I want to remind everyone how this space has been used over our time on the road. So this area here has kind of been a catch-all. It has a whole lot of boots, a lot of crafting supplies down there. I actually think that there is a 6-month supply of dry food in there as well for emergencies. And then this area has been our couch and our clothes storage, along with all of the rocks that I am currently working with in this top drawer here. You move over here, you've got our toilet area. And then underneath the stairs is our electrical system. And there's also been a toolbox here and more shoe storage along the bottom here. Our goal is to make all of this more comfortable and use the space more efficiently. Because we were already having to tear out all of this anyways in order to get this battery in. Let's see how this goes, y'all. I'm excited. What you doing, Shane?
I'm test fitting a Shane to make sure I fit in this hole before I move the toilet from over there to over here. What do you think? Does it look like I'm taking care of business, Kelsey?
It looks like you're taking care of business, Shane.
Give me my phone. I need to scroll. Doing these major remodels inside of this tiny little space and also living in it simultaneously is a challenge, to be honest with you. Every night when the sun sets, everything has to get packed up. I can't leave anything laying out on the grass. It'll be completely soaked. And that also means we have to function in here in the evening, so everything has to get packed up as well. I've managed to make the best of the space that I created today. And I also have got our toilet up and functioning for tonight. It'll be better tomorrow. That's got to be better tomorrow. That won't work. I hear Kelsey's making tacos out there somewhere. I'm gonna go find them.
Good morning.
Good morning. You like our new kitchen island, Kelsey?
You know, babe, I can't say that I do.
I think, I thought I knew that about you.
I think it might be time to get back to work this morning.
This second pot of coffee is telling me that it is. I think it is time. We need to build some stuff here because this is not conducive to living in 100 square feet, Kelsey.
We also have to finish installing that brand new lithium battery down there.
No, it's even starting to get wood chips on it already. We got to vacuum it out and wire it up and see how it runs. That is a huge battery, 300 amp hours. That's more than we've ever had. And it's next to more than we've ever had. This is fantastic. I love today. I love this week.
Let's get this place put back together.
Fine. You know, I will say it's much more comfortable sitting here without there being steps or the batteries are hidden under the floor at the moment. I've been sitting here a while. I've been doing a lot of work of organizing my wires and cutting out the wrong types of wires. This thing was a nightmare. Now I'm starting to put my hardware back in and hopefully we'll have the power running back through all the lights very soon, which is good because the sun is setting.
We have the bones of our living room back too.
Yeah, it almost looks like home again. Let's keep going. Well, it's still progressing, y'all. Obviously, we have no power in here. And it is very dark. In fact, it is very much dinner time. And Kelsey's spent all day cooking, so I'm gonna go eat that, and then I'll be back. I gotta keep pushing ahead, because we can't go to sleep with no power. Stand by for more updates. Well, y'all, I'm going to call it done for today, but I'm truly never going to be done with this electrical system because, quite frankly, our needs keep changing, and they're even changing today. We operate off of a DC-based system, really. We have a 700-watt inverter there that we run an extension cord into, but honestly, it's been turned on maybe 15 times in the 5 years we've been on the road. So, what I've actually done here is we had almost 2 whole systems installed because we got a lot going on top of the Love Hut. We have 2 different solar arrays on top of the Love Hut, and that's for multiple different reasons. The biggest reason is you can't mix wattage panels together. So one array is 100 watt panels, the other array is 250 watt panels. The 250 watts, which total 500 watts, come into this controller, and then the remaining 400 watts come into this one. That's also our DC to DC charger, so that allows us to charge a battery off of the alternator while the truck is running. We have added this Redodo battery here, and I want to talk about the differences between the two of them and the fact that I'm testing things out. So we've been using these hybrid gels for quite a while. I've put them in a lot of rigs. I really like them. They're heavy. They're about 140 pounds for 200 amp hours. So that's got some weight to it. I have a hard time moving these things around. They don't mind being taken down to low voltage. They can recover versus an AGM battery, which can be destroyed after you take it past 50%. They take a while to charge back up. And this one is 300 amp hours, and it's just over 50 pounds. So the weight I'm really excited about. This one does have a temperature cutoff on it, which is important because unlike this one, it don't like getting cold, and bad things happen when these things get cold. Our charge controller has a thermostat that connects to this area as well to monitor to make sure it's not going to be charging it if it's too cold down here. And I can even route heat into the basement if need be, if we need to get these batteries up to temp. The way this is all wired in is actually 2 different circuits as well. So I have my main block here, and this is where all of our 12-volt items come to. So all of our lights, fans, everything. And then I have 2 just regular distribution blocks. So as I want to run things off of our old battery versus our new battery, I can move things around and make sure that we have the best application possible inside of the Love Hut. I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out, and I'm really excited about the price because the price of these batteries are almost the same, and these have been discontinued, so I don't have a way to get my hands on these anymore. Are you excited about all of our updates?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, guys. Now, obviously, we have a whole lot of work left to do, but we do want to take the time to say thank you to each and every one of you. Now, we're not going to turn Love Hut for Life into a channel of commercials, but we will always be willing to try out a new product that is sent our way so that you guys know whether or not it's worth putting in your rig. We'll let you know how this one goes. We also want to take the time to say thank you to each and every one of you because none of this could be happening without you. If you haven't already done so, be sure and hit those subscribe buttons, thumbs up, and comment below so that we know to be grateful for you. We'll see you next week. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.
Bye, y'all.